Good day, all.
Hey, Hurricanes!
Hi, Hurricanes!
Welcome to another Pillow Talk
With House of Ori. I am Koji.
I'm Lee Rose.
and I'm Afia Benny.
So today we will be discussing home.
Yeah.
And home, which type of home, guys? Is it physical home? Is it the built home? Is it the
Spiritual home.
Is it the
Family
5D
home.
What type of home is it?
Right. We don't know, That's why we're here. Obviously, it's a broad aspect and element.
Home for me is awareness and mindfulness, and that comes with just being aware of my space around me and the space inside me and the space. Yeah, the space. And mindfulness is home for me because if I am not mindful of where I am, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, how I'm living, then I don't feel like I am living in a sense, or I'm not at home. Yeah, so home is awareness and mindfulness, and home is a challenge for me, a challenge to manage my being, and my being that home. And I'm also challenged to make space in this space and to live a fulfilling home life. And also to just rest, and I should be able to rest at home and to slow down and to just breathe. And if none of this is happening, then I'm not at home, and I haven't moved in to home or settled in home.
What is home for me? All right, cool. So, see, I'm gonna just break it down. Zine. Yeah. So, being open to releasing the idea of who you think you are and being ready to grieve that loss. So it's more about in relation to home being this temple, this body that I exist in, right? And understanding that each Ori is unique. Like each of us are very unique as individuals, and it requires an environment that nourishes and nurtures the creativity of ourselves. So it takes this space of experiment, adaptation, transformation, like borrowing from people and borrowing from stimuli that's around you, and allowing yourself to get lost. Right? And it's very important for you to understand the experiment element and the improvisatory element. It's like being a child for me, and being able to be open to free play, diving into a deep sense of self, to recover fragments of past, present, future, which I consider to be ego, spirit, and mind, to be honest, and how we bring those three elements together. Obviously, it's more than three, as Koji said earlier. Which part at home we are talking about, right? There's so much elements of it. And also just allowing myself to fall in love with myself. That's so important for me. So it's a practice that I use to rekindle home within me, and that idea of what is love, right? The action, it's long. One of the things that's very important to me, which is something about cleaning my temple, right? Which is my body, as I said before, and using sex to do that. And sex being masturbation, sex with myself. Because the truth is, only I know where my traumas are and my wounds are, and only I can heal them. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Hey guys. So I decided to write something. To me, home means outa. It means cleansing. It means rejuvenation. It means mindfulness, as Afe said. And yeah, so to me, home, as it relates to self, it is an uncomfortable journey for me, but it's an harmonious one as well, because it encompasses countless mysteries of self-security. Oftentimes, I find myself gravitating towards homes outside of myself, Koji, for a sense of belonging. Codependency always knocking at my doorstep when I drift away from my power. But there is something that I find tranquil in drifting away from home that is very intriguing to me. I discovered something anew about my Ori. She whispers to me and I whisper to her, conversing in unified love, which is ethereal to me. She reminds me to breathe into the base of my beating heart, and to be okay with not being okay. By doing that, I simply echo, I vibrate, I create, I love, the being of who I am, and I give life to my flower. I embrace her, I embrace them, I embrace him, because truth is everlasting. And House of Ori, my family, is a home, a zen that I choose to commune with. This home that I reside in teaches me much about wholeness and coming together in familyship and what it truly means to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Yeah, and to finish it off, pretty nervous. In relation to home, when it comes to love, sex, loss, and art, that has been a prominent topic that we've been discussing in our home. And what resonates with me is that love is constant, it is vast, it is nourishment, it is kind, it is forgiving, it is it's home. And also, my family members have been teaching me a lot about the importance of sex and it just not being physical, but it also being a spiritual journey for you and your partner to experience. And even if you don't have a partner, just for yourself to experience and know that with the power of your union, with the power of, should I say penis? With the power of your penis.
Yoni.
Yeah, with the power of your uni and your, you know, you can discover a lot about what you need to heal in your body and the chakras that need to be, you know, focused on in order for you to come to a sense of awareness for self. And in relation to art, even the way that we converse with each other when it comes to giving and receiving, I see that as art, and how we create with each other and how we cook with each other and how we just, you know, embrace each other. That is art to me. And always complimenting each other and telling each other, oh, like, you're great, like, you could do it, like, to help propel us forward in our journeys to continue to be great. And yeah, they just, I'm just really appreciative of them teaching me the perspective, well, enlightening me on the perspective of loss and it not being a loss, but it also being a gain if you just shift your perspective and understand that when you just treat everything as growth, you can grow, you know.
Body as temple is so interesting, right, guys? Because I like it. Because they're just like, okay, 3 bodies, and we're going to talk about how they relate with each other. And then also the perspective of mindfulness and that being that it could be so many things, because temple being this physical house that we embody and we are in this space together, but then there's also the internal temple, and it's like being mindful from the inside out, where it's just like I'm having to be mindful of my inner mappings, having to be mindful of my outer environment, which is everybody else that's in the house, like just us as a family.
As Coach Dem was saying about sex, and I just instantly was connected a space of home for me in that regard, because home has been invaded in so many different ways, even by myself or just like people around me, or people who are trusted or whatever. And then just like reintroducing a safe space in my home, just sort of like with cleaning or just like being mindful of everything that's happening, where I'm feeling all the pain, whether it be physical pain or just like the traumas, as Lee mentioned, just like only I know my traumas and only I can actually heal them. And so re-inviting myself into home, or just like, okay, reminder that, you know, you still have the home, you haven't been kicked out, you haven't been like, you know, your home hasn't been destroyed. And regardless of what has happened or regardless of what is taking place now, home still exists. That's where a challenge for me comes in, just to make space. And tying back to masturbation, guys, yes and yes. Yeah, it's a good introduction. It's a good like moving ritual, if that makes sense.
So guys, I have a poem here that I would like to express to you lovely souls. The poem is, the journey is I, E-Y-E-I. There's a lot that has to do with the I. So yeah, since the beginning of time, I possess the power of the divine. I am divine, I am aligned. Since the beginning of time, I've embodied the meekness of my ancestral line. Oh, so divine, I am alive. Since the beginning of time, I've sowed the seeds of I and I, oh so high, I will not apologize for thine eyes. Since the beginning of time, I've conquered all to realize that I am mine, oh so fly, vulgar is in her strides. Since the beginning of time, I've pulled back the layers of Negro and invited the essence of holding up the sky, oh so deeply rooted in the freedom of black pride. Since the beginning of time, spirit guides I, spirit guides I. Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, you've seen yet again another episode of
Pillow Talk with House of Ori.
with House of Ori. Thank you.
Love you. What is home for you? Let us know in the comments below, and we will comment back to you with love.
Don't dare. We keep saying it.
Don't dare.
Love.
Love Ori, guys. Love Ori.